All right, so I am in the car. I'm not sure how well this video is going to come across. If the video decides that it wants to actually work properly, um, but I'm going to try it anyway. Are you living your life or do you just exist? And this is a little bit of a random update, actually uploads. I might have to redo it. I'm not sure, but I had a few moments to do this. So, are you living your life or do you just exist? Are you working and living and breathing, working towards your own personal goals? Do you know where you want to go in life? Are you happy with your life? Or are you just going through the motions, living day to day, making it, just surviving? For me personally, I want to get to a point in life where I don't have to worry about, can I get that to eat? Can I afford to go there? Can I afford to take this time to do these things? I want to get to a point in my life where I do not have to worry about those basic things. And I say this because so often in life I've noticed people get caught up in this cycle of just making ends meet, just getting by, living paycheck to paycheck. And when I look back at that, are you living your life or do you just exist? I think about it from the aspect of, are you legitimately just here because you woke up? That's the only thing. Or are you living your life the way that you want to live it? This is something that is so important to me at this point in my life, because I do know what I want in life. I do know where I want to go in life, and I am fully aware of what I want out of my life and what I want to accomplish. Now, at this point in my life, I am legitimately looking to have stability. And I don't just mean stability in a sense that I know where my money's coming from. I want stability in the sense that I have more than enough money to deal with an emergency and then some. And I don't have to worry about my living situation or my relationships and things of that nature. That's the type of stability that I'm looking to just fully have and make that my thing. And I say this because as part of my, are you living your life or do you just exist? It's holding yourself accountable and being fully aware of how close you are to the goals that you've set for yourself. How much effort are you actually putting into making your dreams a reality? And I honestly say that one of the best things to do in a situation like that, to hold yourself accountable, is actually write it down. Actually see how much progress you've made towards that goal, and set actual mini goals in there for you to actually meet. Like, there's this part of me, when I started welding school, I actually mentally put it in my mind, this list of things that I wanted to do for myself after reaching certain goal point markers. And it's actually done me a lot of justice, in the sense that it's helped me to stay more focused on the full end game of what it is that I'm trying to do with my life, versus, oh, I'm just going to go by and do whatever. I'm just going to do whatever I can. Honestly, I'm at a stage in my life where it's like, I know what I want and I don't want to settle for less. To each their own. I personally am at a stage in my life where I know I need to live under certain circumstances to be my most optimal happy self. And knowing that and knowing what I want, it makes it easier for me in a sense to actually work towards that actual end game and improve on it. So it's this situation in which I actually look at questions sort of in a way that actually really does just stay along the lines of holding me accountable for my actions. Oh, holding on to things that I don't need anymore just for the sake of saying maybe I'll use it at some other point. And this is moving me into this other side of paying attention to what it is that I'm doing in my living space, what I'm doing in my car, what I'm doing when I'm at school, how neat is and organized are things in my life, because I've noticed that slowly but surely I'm getting to a point that I'm seeing that I actually function very well in situations in which things are in order. Each thing has its own space. I have my own space. I have my own set things that I can and can't do. And yes, there are moments in which spontaneity comes into play, but I found that I am my happiest when I have that stability, that core of knowing, hey, this is what's going down, this is what I'm working towards, and this is what my end game is. And I found that surrounding myself with other people who have that same type of mindset has been nothing but positive for me. So, into the random segue, if this is actually loading up properly and is going to come across well, I'd like to actually get into the topic of surrounding yourself with people who are geared towards mutual success. And I say this because the past few years have been a learning experience for me of getting away from people who clearly were not fitting that criteria. So I found that having friends, having associates, having mentors and things like that who actually have that mentality of building you up for success is better for me personally than being around people who are stagnant, who don't really have an idea where they want to go in life, who have no idea or no drive to do anything more, no ambition. And that's okay when it comes to certain things, but I found that because of the fact that I know where I want to be in life and I know what I want to do with my life, it's better for me to be around like people. And I know there's some people who will probably make fun of me about this. I don't mean that everybody has to be exactly like you and all the rest of that. I do have people who we don't agree on a list of things, but when it comes to actually being in a situation where you know you can count on this person, if you don't know something, you can actually go ask them about it and it can help you gain more knowledge. Having people like that in your life and in your corner is much more positive than having those people that you can randomly just play games with and shoot the breeze with. I mean, that's a fun thing to do, but it's not going to get you somewhere in life unless you're a streamer, okay? So everything has its time and its place. And in my life, I'm finding I would rather have a small circle of new people who I know is going to benefit me in life than to keep on trying to hold on to bridges of people from my past just because I happen to know them for a certain period of time. If they're not going forward and they're holding me back, that's not really the most healthy situation. If I'm in a situation where I feel as though somebody is only trying to keep me around and they're using situations, and this is me actually bringing up something from my past, they're trying to guilt trip me into staying in a friendship, I don't need to be in that situation. So this past few years has opened my mind and expanding it in a way that it won't go back. I cannot accept less anymore. That's just not healthy for me. I shouldn't have to limit who I am or dumb myself down just to be friends with somebody. That's just not okay. I shouldn't have to feel like I can't be myself around somebody. That's not a friendship to me. So there are a list of things that have come to mind from the "are you living your life or do you just exist" topic. and just brought me full circle to having a healthy support group, or you have a group of people and they just come to you trying to drain you all the time. So going to school, it didn't have to be a situation in which I'm holding on to friendships just because of the fact that some things just don't progress. And I'm that person who's like, if I can't have a conversation with you and learn something new, or you learn something from me, or we actually are talking about something that actually has some type of real substance, it's a waste of time. And a younger me wouldn't have been saying that so bluntly, but I feel as though I don't want to waste any more of my time on things that are not meaningful, not purposeful, not progressing me forward. Like, once I would decide to actually go back to school, I think it reopened this hunger in me to actually be the best version of myself that I can be, not just for my family, but deeper for myself. Because if you've been following me, you probably already know I have made that critical choice from a younger age to put other people before me, because that's something that I was actually taught to do on a whole other level, and that's, like, I guess, a whole other conversation to get into, that I basically was groomed to make sure that my little brother was okay because my mother was terminally ill. Okay, so there's been a lot of me putting myself on a back burner to try to make sure other people were okay, as well as that same type of a situation with me being a mother from a young age in circumstances that were not exactly stuff that I asked for. But I stepped up and did what I had to do. But now that I'm an adult and I have control over who's around me, I have control over what I choose to do for the most part, I also have a choice about who's in my life and who is not in my life, who has access to me, who does not have access to me. And I've learned the most valuable lesson that has repeatedly come up over the past 5 years since I've got the divorce, since I've moved on from a lot of abuses. I am now at that point in my life, I just refuse to settle for less. Like, good afternoon. There is no reason why I should make any excuse for someone who falls short. If you hurt me or you decide that you want to be abusive towards me, you don't have to stay in my life. You can go. There's the door. It is open. Like, I don't have to deal with certain things in my life. And the funny thing, once I actually really did come out and I started telling certain people, hey, I'd like to be a welder, you would be so surprised how many people said negative things about how I shouldn't do that, I wouldn't be good at it, or you're a woman, why would you want to do that? And as funny as this is, guess what? Those people aren't in my life anymore. They're not. And I don't feel bad about that, because honestly, if you can't support me in my dreams, why are you in my life? Like, you don't have to agree with it, but to sit there and tell me that I'm not capable, that I wouldn't be good at something, that's some negativity that I didn't need to have in my life at all, right? So I've basically decided, hey, are you living your life? Or do you just exist? Guess what? I'm living my life. I don't just exist. I decided that I want to be a welder, and that's what I'm going to do with my life. If they don't like it, that's their problem, you know? Like, that's not something that I have to take on to myself. And being able to say, hey, back August the 14th, I started welding school. I'm in my second quarter. I passed stick welding. A-, B+, okay? Like, I did very good in my class. In fact, out of the 5 people left, guess who had high grades? Yeah. So for all those people who said I couldn't do that, they were wrong. And I'm glad I didn't let those people's words hold me back. The funny thing with this, even though I'm seeing that I'm doing much better than I thought myself in those situations. I still am in a situation in which I hold myself accountable for my own actions. If I'm bad, stuff very fast, but I'm thankful for that type of feedback. And I know the difference fully now about people who are trying to give you constructive criticism and people who are just trying to derail you because they are stagnant and they're not going anywhere themselves. So for all those people who supported me, who believed in me, I am so thankful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because I made it. I'm still on my road to getting towards where I'm going to be getting my certifications and stuff. But I know for a fact, had I listened to those people, I wouldn't even be where I'm at right now. So I just want to close this out and say, follow your dreams, set your goals, hold yourself accountable, because the only person that's holding you back from doing what it is that you want to do is yourself. You just have to make that first step. Just try and then move into doing. And then you already on your road to success. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get where you're trying to go, as long as you don't take steps backwards. So I hope everybody's doing good, staying blessed, and feeling well, and I will see you all next time. And hopefully this video didn't come out super choppy. I'm sorry. I'm actually in the car, so I'm using my phone for this one, and it could be kind of, I don't know, bad. But hope everybody's doing good, staying well, and feeling blessed. I will see you all next time. Bye.